Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I'm so very glad that you've decided to join me today. So today's class, we are doing a post-bike ride or post-workout yoga flow. This class is designed to be done after riding your bike for a long distance, as I did yesterday. But if you have any exercise that you did that you are feeling a little sore from, this will be great for you as well. Now, roll out your mat and we'll hop into it. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Sending that right foot back. We're going to start our class by moving our lymphatic system as well as the entirety of our body through some happy elephants. Heel toe your feet out towards the outer edges of your mat. We'll extend our arms out nice and wide. Now we'll rotate open in one way and let the hands come around to gently tap beside the hips. We'll rotate around to the other way and again find that gentle tap. We'll speed it up a little as we sway side to side, moving the body around. And we'll slowly let the arms run out of momentum. As they come to rest by our sides, we'll heel toe the feet in so they are underneath of the hips. With an in breath, we'll reach the arms up overhead. And with our exhale, we'll cactus the arms and pull our shoulder blades, our scapulas into the spine as we splay our fingertips out nice and wide. With our next in-breath, we'll reach back up to the ceiling. Exhale, hinge from the waist, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift, reaching forward with the top of the head. Exhale to fold. Now putting as much bend to the knees as you need to comfortably fold here. Depending on how sore you are, it may take you a little bit longer to get comfortable in this pose. But we'll add some movement, whether it's shifting forward onto the toes, shifting back into the heels and lifting the toes, or if it's lifting one heel at a time, or even finding a sway to the upper body. Find a little bit of movement here. Feels good to you. With our next inhale, we'll find that halfway lift again. Press the hips back and the top of the head forward. Exhale, we'll swan dive the chest down and then lift us back up towards the ceiling. Reach the arms up. Exhale to our cactus. Inhale to reach back up. Exhale, swan diving the chest forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now we'll plant the hands down in front of us and step the feet back. We'll move straight to our down dog. Hips go up and back behind, and we'll press down through the heels. Now we can continue to wiggle out however feels right here. Again, maybe pedaling out the legs, maybe swiveling out the hips. And we'll shift forward and drop the knees down for a tabletop. So wrists come underneath our shoulders and knees come underneath of the hips. We're going to shift forward slightly so that we're stretching up the insides of our forearms. And we'll shift back so that our wrists are underneath of the shoulders. With an inhale, press the chest forward as you lift your eyes and your tailbone up and lower the stomach towards the mat. With our exhale, we'll press up through that mid-back, tuck chin to chest and tailbone under. We'll move back and forth with our cat-cows. And back to our tabletop again. We'll start walking our hands in towards our knees so that we can sit on the heels. Now, if this is completely uncomfortable for you today, try tucking your toes under first. And if it's still uncomfortable, you can grab for a pillow or a block to sit on to lift you up a little bit higher. But we're going to stretch the fronts of our quads next. Now you may be feeling a stretch from just sitting like this, and that's great. You can stay here, but you may not be feeling anything. So we're going to add a little bit more lengthening through the fronts of our quads by walking the upper body back. Now, if you're still here and not feeling anything, take your heels out a little bit further so that you can drop closer to the floor. Press down through the fronts of your knees to keep you from lifting up so that we're getting that nice long stretch. And then you can soften down onto forearms or all the way flat. Press down through the fronts of the knees so we're getting that nice long stretch. We'll slowly start to lift the upper body back up and move back through our tabletop. Now we're going to do some figure eights from here. So loop the chest up past the wrists as we press the chest forward, and then move diagonally back towards the heels. Loop it around and move diagonally up towards the hands. So we're making some loop-de-loops or some figure eight shapes with the hips. And then we'll switch directions and loop around the other way. And back to our tabletop again. We'll walk the knees out a little bit further and bring big toes in to touch or to point at each other. We'll scoot our left hand underneath of our chest, and with an inhale, we'll reach the right arm up to the ceiling. And with our exhale, we'll thread that right arm as far to our left side as we can before we soften the shoulder and the side of the face down. Good. We'll press through our left hand To help unthread the right, send the right arm up, and then we'll drop it down. Take a full breath to reset, and with your next in-breath, we'll reach the left arm up, and then again, thread it through as far as we can to our right side before we bring our shoulder inside of face down. We'll press through the right to help us unthread the left, lift the left up, and we'll bring it down. And from here, we'll start walking the hands back into the hips as we sit on the heels. Now we're going to stay in a seated position for a little while we stretch the neck and upper shoulders. So if this is not comfortable in your body today, you can move the legs around to sit on your sit bones in either a crisscross seat or in a lotus pose, finding some place that's comfortable to sit for a while. We'll lift the shoulders up to the ears, work them back and down the spine. We'll lift them up to the ears, work them back and down the spine. Circle the shoulders out. Good. And we'll drop the shoulders away from the ears. Sit up nice and tall through the top of the head. We'll bring our pointer and middle finger, our peace signs, to our chin, and we'll gently press the chin back to stack the ears over our shoulders. From here, we'll bring our other hand to the back of our head, and we'll gently roll forward. So we're pressing back and then tucking forward. You can find some micro adjustments side to side to find that right area of the upper back to stretch. We'll slowly remove the pressure of both hands before we lift the eyes up. Now we'll take the eyes to where our ceiling and wall meet in front of us. We're not looking directly up. We're still long through the neck, but we're lifting the chin slightly. Keeping the ears away from the shoulders by lifting tall. And with our exhale, we'll drop the chin to chest and the eyes down. And we'll roll our left ear towards our left shoulder. And press down through our right shoulder. We'll roll through center and over to our right shoulder. And we'll press the left shoulder away from the ear as we stretch up the side of the neck. We'll bring chin to chest again. And we'll find some circles. Now as we take the eyes up, we're keeping that long neck. We're not dropping the head back, we're keeping it strong. And then we're coming through center, chin to chest and around. And the next time that our chin is to the chest, we'll slowly lift up again. We'll move from here to that down dog. If we're still on our shins, we can just walk the hands forward. If we're not, we can circle the legs around as we move to our tabletop. Tuck the toes under, press the hips up and back, down dog. And we'll pedal out some more. Shift forward so that you are moving through your plank pose. And then we'll drop the knees down. We'll walk the hands just another step so they are out in front of the shoulders instead of underneath them now. We're going to keep our tailbone up towards the ceiling as we soften the chest forward for our puppy pose. Now, if it's too much weight in the shoulders, walk your hands back a little bit so you can keep more weight in your legs as you soften the chest forward. With our inhale, we'll press through the hands to help lift us back up. Walk the hands in, and we'll cross the legs and move to our seat. Now scoot towards the middle of the mat and extend the legs out in front. Give them a nice little wiggle and out. And we'll circle the arms back and around behind the body. Fingertips will point away from us. And we'll start walking the hands back a little bit further so we can open through the chest. Now we'll lift the chest up as we pull our scapulas, our shoulder blades into the spine. And we'll lift the head slightly, taking the eyes up. Few breaths here. With your in-breath, fill the chest, fill the abdomen with air, and allow the breath to deepen the stretch. And then fully let go of your breath again. Good. We'll slowly hollow out the midsection, rolling the shoulders forward, and we'll walk the hands back in slightly. They'll still be back behind us, but at less of an angle from the body. They'll be up closer to the hips. Now we'll walk the bottoms of the feet in, and then scoot them out towards the outer edges of our mat. We'll find a little windshield wipering side to side with the knees, dropping them both down in one direction, picking them up through center and down to the other direction. Good. Take the knees back up towards the ceiling, and we'll start to slowly lower or roll back onto our mats. Now, we want a nice flat back to the floor. If you have a little space there, we'll lift the hips up off the mat, scoop them forward, and set them down again. And then we'll lift both legs up towards the ceiling for our reverse process. Now this can be done against a wall, or it can be done with the arms wrapped around the legs, or you can reach the arms up towards the ceiling as well. We'll find a little wiggling out, pointing and flexing and circling the wrists and ankles around. And then we'll drop both knees down to the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs and pull them in nice and tight. We'll find a little rocking side to side to massage out that low back. We'll keep the left knee up to the chest and extend the right leg out long and drop it all the way down to the floor. Give that left knee another big squeeze up to the chest, and we'll find a gentle twist, extending our left knee over to our right side. Then we'll extend our left arm out from the shoulder, and we can keep the eyes straight up to the ceiling, or we can turn the eyes over towards that left hand. We'll begin to slowly untwist as we drop our left hip back to the floor. Give the left knee another big squeeze to the chest. And we'll switch legs. Bring the right knee in and extend the left leg all the way out and drop it down. Big hug to our right leg. And a gentle twist on this side. We'll reach right knee over to our left side and reach the right arm out from the shoulder. Again, the eyes can stay up or they can follow that right hand. And we'll start untwisting again. Bringing our right knee in for a big old hug. We'll bring the left knee up, hugging both in. We'll slowly release the legs. And we'll take a moment to find stillness here in a place that is comfortable to you. We'll drop the shoulders away from the ears and let the feet fall apart, fall away from each other. We'll take a large breath in through the nose and let it go as a sigh. 2 more like this. In through the nose and out as a sigh. Now, if you would like to stay here for longer, I recommend pausing the video here. Or we can start making our way to seated. rolling to one side, and then using the arms to press us up and bring the legs around. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love, go in light, go in peace, and go in joy.